It's crazy. I've got so many titles, I think we're going to miss a cocktail. And Madeleine, you told me that I'm the last person to speak, before the free flow, bottomless, open bar. So I'm going to be brief. It's very important. So let me start by saying in French, so I'll be able to deny whatever is going to come out of my mouth for the next 10 minutes. So, Monsieur le Consul Général, Charles Reeves, and also our friend, le président du conseil de la CanChamHK, Alex Tam. Alex, I know you're listening. You're in Toronto, and you're calling my clients in Canada. I know that. So I keep an eye on Alex. I know his wife is here, so I'm going to track you down. And also Madeleine Ban, amazing job you do, not only as the founder of this amazing TransPacific Entrepreneurial Conference, but also a governor of CanCham. So you mean business, you mean well. Thank you so much. And of course, Patrick Lévesque. So Patrick, you're there. Amazing work you do. Continue le bon travail. Simplement vous dire a few words that my spouse, Sophie, right there. Don't film me. I can lose my job. And I've moved to Hong Kong since late 2024. And I've always wanted to be in Hong Kong. First time I came here was 1994. And I keep hearing some people, none of them being here, telling me about the golden age of Hong Kong. But frankly, I was there in 94. It was not the golden age. So I'm going to make some comments about this concept of golden age for Hong Kong. But I think it's important to understand why Canada and Hong Kong should be best friends. And when Sophie and I relocated to Hong Kong, I've got to say, it's red carpet treatment. We both got top talent pass scheme. Her because she had better, I think, academic records than me for different reasons. But everything we got from Hong Kong government, it's amazing. Driver's license, Hong Kong ID, and even some special, so that's my Hong Kong ID, some special octopus card for elderly people, Joy-U. So I only pay $2 a fare when I take the MTR, so I'm pretty happy here. I'm not going back. Quick word of National Bank of Canada. It's La Grande Dame. I have to say to my fellow colleagues from the other big 5 Canadian banks, we're very happy to be number 6. We got more employees in Asia Pacific than all of the other banks combined. We're entrepreneur driven. We were founded back in 1859 in Quebec City. And I've got to say that back in 1859 in Quebec City, getting a charter from Queen Victoria, that tells you everything about this bank. And it was founded, and I'm not going to quote my founders like you do at Google, but our founders, had this vision, and this is what the charter by the Queen Victoria mentions, that our mission was to get general prosperity and commercial growth of Canada. Our mission statement, Charles, is much easier than yours. So general prosperity, it's very simple. So it's laser focused. And it allowed us in Asia Pacific to be very entrepreneurial. Stuff we do in China, we are the only bank approved by People's Bank of China, PBOC, to issue Panda bonds, so to raise capital for the bank in China. No other bank in North America has been granted that privilege. Stuff we do all across the region. And Cambodia is a good example. You might have heard about Cambodia, but we have 10,000 employees, and we make $400 million of net income every year. So it's a very profitable operation for us. And this is what entrepreneurs do. We've been funded by entrepreneurs. And I keep mentioning to my friends at HSBC that being founded in 1859, 6 years before HSBC. Pretty good. And I have to say that this is like Quebec City, what I'm from, and same with Sophie. So it's before global warming, as you can see. So this is like the main branch that we had in Quebec City. Yeah, exactly. And times have changed. This is not central heating, but this is like different age. And this is why this concept of golden age for us at National Bank of Canada, and especially about the bonding, the link between Hong Kong and Canada. And let me tell you some words about it, because this is a concept of the golden age for travel back in the late 19th century, when the British Empire, they were obsessed about this red line, being able to travel the British citizens from London all the way to Hong Kong by going through Canada. And that was made possible by the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885. And you might have seen this photo 1,000 times. I think it's even, yeah, it's in every Canadian passport, page 11. So, and yeah, it's not me there, but no, it's the last spike, and this is basically the last spike of the construction of this 3,200 kilometer long Canadian Pacific Railway linking Montreal to BC. And BC, as a condition to joining Canada, wanted, of course, to be connected to Montreal. So that changed everything. And for us in Canada, that was a golden age. And that was also the start of this young country, Canada, 1867. And the people at CP, what they did is that they had this amazing fleet of ships linking, of course, the UK with Quebec City, and then people would take the train all the way to Vancouver, and then some other CP ships all the way to Hong Kong. And so interesting the way the British, you know, these are different times, but we need to learn about history, because Canada and Hong Kong were connected 200 years ago, of course. And that's the way that they would see the world, the red line, and going from London to Quebec City, Vancouver, and then all of these on British soil. So the concept in these days of the red line, so these are different times, obviously, and you can see exactly the way maps were done in these years. And I'm from Quebec City, my hometown. This is the Chateau Frontenac. They were advertising Quebec City as a gateway to the Orient. Can you believe that? Exactly. So that was crazy. But no, we need to know about history, because you go visit the Maritime Museum in Hong Kong, you're going to see this. And there were so many connections between our two places. And at the time, before highways were built, this was the highway to the Orient. So interesting discussion. And this is the routes that they were using. And even in London, in terms of prime real estate, this is like the one at Trafalgar Square. This is where people would buy the tickets, Canadian Pacific, to go to Hong Kong through Quebec City. And that building is still there. It's next to the Canada House. So let's go serious now. And the world has changed. So this concept of golden age, I mean, let's forget about it. I think we need to look to the future. And our Prime Minister, very, very clear message. He said at Davos last week and the week before in Beijing that the world is not the same. So we need to adapt. And if there's something, a key message I'd like you to understand today is that the golden age for Canada and Asia Pacific, and especially Hong Kong, it's now. Because this speech and his visit to China changed everything. And nostalgia is not a strategy. So thinking about the past, thinking about the way things were done in Hong Kong before, it's kind of irrelevant. We need to find ways to move forward. And many things that we Canadians and we in Hong Kong can do together. Of course, Hong Kong as the #1 community of Canadians outside of the US, 300,000 people, amazing connections between Hong Kong and Canada. Of course, economic freedom. I mean, you heard from our friends at Manulife, Steve Finch this morning, Clement at Sun Life, and even Gareth at Lululemon. I can see you. Yeah, exactly. The importance of Hong Kong to cover all of Asia Pacific. And that's a very important message. It's not about making long speeches. It's about showing up in Hong Kong.